Kelsey and Paul Tompkins here, and we love teaching people how to fix and flip investment properties.
And so many people, they ask us all the time, what does that mean, fix and flip? What does a real estate investor do? So today we just want to educate you guys and share with you guys what we do every single day. And that's buy properties, right? So what does a real estate investor do, Kelsey?
We buy, renovate, and resell properties to make a profit.
Yeah, so when we talk about buying, there's three components to what we do. We buy, right? So we buy it at a discounted value. We want built-in equity in the deal to allow us to do the renovation, get it on the market, and make money, right? So the first component let's talk about is buy. So we buy the property, and you might say, okay, what is entailed in that? Like, first of all, we gotta find the property. So Kelsey, flipping experts, we do a ton of deals, a ton of volume, online training course. How do we find our deals?
We'll use any means necessary to find a good deal. We work with realtors throughout our area, we work with homeowners directly, we work with wholesalers, and we'll purchase things just online.
Yeah, we do not care where the property comes from, okay? Think about having 10 streams versus one stream. Some people are like, I only buy from wholesalers. And I'm like, well, you're eliminating realtors and homeowners and people that have died, their family member wants to sell the property. Like, as many streams as you can open, you want to have open. That way, if one's coming through, the other one's not, it's okay. You have variety. Millionaires and billionaires, how do they make money? They have multiple streams, right? So that's what we do with our houses. We will literally buy a home from anybody that brings us a good deal if the numbers work. And when I talk about numbers working, what are we talking about, Kelsey? What numbers?
You have to know that you're going to actually make a profit. So you have to know the actual cost of the property, the
Right.
ARV.
What's the home worth, right? And what's the other thing?
The cost of the renovation.
You
He's
got-
trying to stump me.
I'm trying to get her, guys. But hey, listen, two things, right? What is the home worth? And guys, if you're a real estate investor, if you're a wholesaler, if you're anybody has a realtor, anybody has to do with real estate, you have to be able to know what a home's worth. So get some training on it. Know what a home's worth. They call it ARV, after renovation value. So like, figure out what that is. And the second one is, what is the renovation gonna cost me? Okay, so you go and you look at the house. Somebody says, I wanna sell it, right? You say, okay, let me do my numbers. Oh, wow, this looks like a good deal. They only want $110,000. It's worth $170,000. Next step, how much is the renovation gonna cost me? Because if it's costing me $80,000 and the numbers don't work, deal's out.
That's true.
But what if you walk in and the renovation's 15 grand? And now the numbers work. So those are the two things that you have to know when buying a property. And what's the next step, Kels?
So once you buy the property, you have to dive into step number 2, which is the renovation.
Ooh, that's where I come in. So my wheelhouse is handling the contractors, the renovation and all that. So when we talk about renovation, where do you see the biggest mistake?
People don't renovate it properly. They'll go through, they'll kind of tape things up and saying it's fixed, but it's not.
Yeah. And guys, people can see that right away. When I walk into a house that has been renovated by our crews, I need to be able to see right away it was done right. Okay? So, and what do I mean by that? I walk in and the floor is level and the tile's good, or the hardwood floor looks good, it's all connected, and the paint lines are, there's a nice cut line where everything is just, they took the time. And they were experts, right? Like flipping experts. They were experts in their field. And I see a lot of people make mistakes with bringing on a family member. Ooh, bringing on a friend. Hey, I have a friend. Or they do it themselves. And guys, there's nothing wrong with this as long as the quality's there. Mm-hmm. So when we say flip it right, flip it properly, flip it with excellence, just do the work right. And guys, if there's something wrong with the house, fix it. Mm-hmm. Because guess what? There's an inspection period once we go to sell it, right? So like, there's a guy or girl walking around going, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. So just do it right. Boom, you're done.
And then the next step you're really good at is managing the renovation and the timeline.
Yes, so two things. When we talk about the second part of renovation is we have to manage the timeline. And that's me, that's on me, that's my role. And I manage my contractors and say, okay, you said 6 weeks. Now I manage that. I don't just say, see you in 6 weeks, I hope it's done. No, it's just my money, my deal, my house, my hard work. So I pop out on the job site. Depending on the crew, it might be once a week. If it's a brand new crew, it might be 3 times a week. But I manage that timeline. Hey, you guys are saying 6 weeks, we're 2 weeks in. I'm not seeing a third of the project being done. What's going on? Okay, we might need to work weekends until we get caught up. And I can manage it at that level. And then the second component is kind of your wheelhouse, and that's what?
Staying on budget.
Don't overspend.
And don't over-design.
Ooh, oh snap, that was a freebie. We didn't even know that was getting thrown in there. So, I'm glad you brought it up though, because we've had that problem. We learn. But guys, if your budget's 60K, I teach it in our training course at Flipping Experts, like build buffers into everything. So if my budget's really 60, I'm telling my dudes like 52. 52 grand's the budget, they build it out for 52. I got 8 grand to play with. You're gonna find something. You're gonna find a leak, something wrong with the wall, something wrong with the ceiling, and you're gonna end up using some of that budget. But when you build buffers in, like we talk about a lot, it'll save your butt. But you have to manage your money just like timelines. So that falls under the renovation side. And then number 3, selling time. Selling time, the property is done, rehab, you're excited, it's all done.
But no, that's when the work is really gonna kick in.
Ooh. See, it's work for her. It doesn't really bother me that much. And you guys will end up learning this about, let's say you're doing it with a spouse or you're doing it with a business partner. They're good at some things. I'm good at some things. When you mesh them together, it turns out to be beautiful. But what? What's the first thing you have to do when we're getting ready to sell the house, Kels?
List the home.
We got to list the home, right? But that takes work, like you said. Housekeeper, photography, and then you got to list it, okay?
Which means phone calls,
Yeah.
coordinating schedules, getting realtors doing their showings
Yeah.
at different times.
But that's easy. You know, you manage it on the phone. But then you have to maintain the property as well. You have property maintenance. And what I mean by that is the house is sitting for 3 weeks, right? You've had 18 showings, haven't had an offer come in yet. That's okay. That's okay. It only takes one. Me and my business partner, we always joke about it. It only takes one. But do you not think the lawn is going to need to get cut and the leaves blown off the sidewalks and off the front porch? And if 18 realtors have walked through with customers, they leave business cards on the counter, they walk, their feet are dirty, it might need to get cleaned up. So we talk about property maintenance. It's not that hard because guess what? If your property's up for sale, you're visiting it at least once a week anyway, right? To make sure. We've had realtors leave houses unlocked. Are you kidding me? I got expensive thousands and thousands of dollars worth of appliances there. You're leaving it unlocked? But it is your job to make sure your property is taken care of, okay? And then
A contract comes in.
boom, offer's here. Offer comes in. And guys, when you see an offer come in, don't jump right away. We learned this the hard way. Some of them are crappy offers. They try to lowball you, but that's okay. People are interested in your property. You know you turn into good quality. So contracts in, and then we're done.
Negotiations begin next.
Ooh, negotiations. And then we get to the right price and we pull the trigger on a contract, right? Contract's done, your property's locked up. And guys, a lot of people start to celebrate here.
You're not done yet.
Why not?
Because you still have inspections, appraisals, and you might have to do some home repairs before they'll close on the house.
But guys, that's not that much. It's not hard. Like you'll do a couple of them and you'll be like, I know what's coming next, I know it's coming, and it'll all start to flow. And then before you know it, what?
It's payday!
It's closing time, and you're going to the closing table, and they're signing, and then that attorney or that title company, what do? They slide you that check over. Boom! And you're like,
Woohoo! And then after payday, you reinvest.
Reinvest. You got paid, but the more you reinvest into your next deal, the less money you are borrowing. So the less money you borrow, you make even more money. It just keeps compounding. So, guys, don't let fear of the unknown. Don't let knowledge. You don't know all the information. It's okay. Like, continue to learn. What other problems might they run into, babe?
Not feeling like you have enough time. Don't let that stop
Yep.
you. Don't let a lack of money stop you. We started without money.
That's right. So whatever is the obstacle in your way, it's already in your mind. You're thinking about it right now, okay? Whatever you think that obstacle is, here at Flipping Experts, like, we don't mess with obstacles. We go around them, we get rid of them, we go over them. Just know that there's a way around that obstacle. We had to find a way around it. Like she said, we started with no money. We didn't have money. How do you go buy a property with no money? It's possible. And just understand that there's a way, right? There's a way around every single situation. Anything else, Kelsey? What else you got?
Just keep walking with us and we're going to help you through it.
And we will, guys. We won't leave you hanging. Flippin' No G experts, flipping experts. Check us out on social media too. Kelsey does a lot of design stuff. We have a lot of before and after pictures. So if you want some inspiration, something to lift you up a little bit, go check us out on social media. We can't wait for you to do your first deal.